Let's talk about print on demand when it comes to self-publishing your book. Now, if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know what print on demand is, but I've heard it before, let me explain very, very simply. Now, before I do, it's really important to note that this is for you if you are self-publishing a book. This is for if you're using Amazon's platform, Kindle Direct Publishing. That is the way that you can upload your book online. People can buy it on Amazon, etc. Now, this is what I've used for my 4 books and what I encourage people to use to start their self-publishing journey. So now let's talk about it with what actually print on demand means. So print on demand means that when your book is demanded, your book becomes printed. Let's put it in simplistic terms. Amazon, or in this case, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, once a book is ordered, Amazon will then print your book, fulfill the order, and ship it to the customer, meaning that you are not involved in that process. All you are involved in is collecting that check at the end of the month, dependent on how many books are actually sold. So let's dig into some of the benefits and why print on demand can be so valuable to you as either a first-time author or as somebody who is writing a book and wanting to learn how do books get distributed. So one of the biggest things here is this. I'm going to start here with the benefit. People ask me all the time, Jake, well, what if I don't sell any books? Do I have to pay a lot? And then what if it doesn't work out and I don't sell a lot of books? Am I going to be responsible for this financial commitment? And I always tell people, I had this very same thought when I first wrote my first book. I was like, is anybody besides my parents actually going to buy my book? But what was really cool is as I learned more about print on demand, I realized that I was at no financial risk to have my book on this platform. Because if nobody bought the book, I didn't have to pay for books in advance. But if people did buy the book, I would collect a royalty check. Okay, I would collect a royalty check once a month. And so this is a huge, huge thing. It eliminates the financial risk. It's free to create a KDP account. And once your book's up there, you don't pay. You just collect the check once books are purchased. Okay. Now, the second benefit here to on demand is there's no upfront printing costs, meaning you don't have to order 1,000 copies in advance or put in the money to print books. Okay, and this can be really, really beneficial because a lot of times people used to have to put in the money up front, okay? Put up the money up front for printing costs, but those costs no longer exist when you're doing print on demand. Along this, another benefit is you don't have to have inventory that takes up a ton of space in your garage or in your closet. You don't have to turn your second guest bedroom into a room full of thousands and thousands of books. And this is really beneficial because of your space, but it's also beneficial because you don't actually have inventory. You don't need to have inventory on hand. Even better than that is Amazon will actually send it for you. So you don't have to worry about doing anything on that. You don't have to be the fulfillment center. You don't have to be the distributor. Now, before we keep going on some of the benefits, I do want to share this. And that is, I personally love the fact with print on demand that I have the choice. I have the choice to take advantage of everything that I've shared so far, where I don't need to put up money up front. I don't need to have huge inventories. There are no minimums, okay? But I love having the choice. And so I can buy what's called author copies, or I can buy them in bulk and have that inventory, and then I can distribute it as I wish. So for example, if someone buys my book on Amazon, it's print on demand. Amazon does that. But I love to give away my books. So I actually buy my books from Amazon in bulk at very, very low rates. I spend about $3 to $3.50 for my latest book per copy. So I can get 100 books for about $300 to $350. And then I can use those books to sell at speaking engagements, or I can give them away to people. But the coolest thing about print on demand is I have that choice. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is very, very understood as you watch this, as you listen to this, is the fact that you have choice with print on demand. Okay, now let's continue back to the benefits. When you use print on demand, what this does is it allows you to spend your marketing dollars elsewhere and not worry about spending it on inventory and fulfilling. This saves you a ton of time. For example, okay, let's just say let's just say you would have had to buy your books, okay? And let's just say they were $3 a pop. You buy 100, that's $300. Let's say you want to ship them yourself. You use media mail, and there's ways to get this price lower, but some people who don't know what they're doing, they're shipping it and they're not using the right things, and they're spending now 10, 15 bucks to get copies out of their hand. Still, bargain. But there's ways to do it faster, and that's something that we show people how to order your books, ship them very quickly, get them in the right hands, create a great customer experience. But here's what's really cool, is instead of spending all that money up front and all that time, you can take the money that you would have invested on those minimums, on that inventory, and you can put it towards marketing dollars to bring in more leads for your business, to promote your book. All right, there's so many really cool ways to leverage this. And that's a really cool benefit, is that you can focus on marketing rather than investing in just the inventory and investing in the fulfillment. And then lastly is you can maximize your profit. All right, so what's really cool about print on demand is that the way it works is after about a month, okay, the first time you actually do this, it's like a month plus, because it goes in the system, all these details. We don't need to go into that. But I just want you to know that once your book is on Amazon, every month you will collect a check based on the royalties, and you didn't have to do anything. But it all starts by writing a book. Okay, once you write the book, all of the doors that you want start to open. And so this is what print on demand is. And these are some of the benefits that come from this as a self-published author. All right. So if you really enjoyed this, go ahead and watch or listen to some of the other topics and conversations that we're having on this channel, because there's so much information about this space. And I want to make sure that you have all the help you need to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book to grow your business and make an impact. Let's go.